Evening.
Evening, all dressed up and nowhere to go.
Something a bit different for you for our video this week.
It is really something really special.
Today marks
3 years of us having our boat.
So we would have liked to have done a live, but
We haven't got a signal.
so we thought we'll sit and do a bit of a chat. We've just got dinner cooking. So
Oh, you're coming for dinner, are you?
we'll take a break whilst we eat our dinner.
Oh, okay.
And then
We're not
come
having
back
you for
again.
dinner. Cheers to 3 years.
Cheers.
I got something special for the end.
Yes, we have got something nice at the end, haven't we?
Yeah, and not just a glass of wine either.
So we do get several questions we're asked on a very regular basis.
We'll try not to answer them.
You're so not funny. So we'll try and cover them during the course of the evening as well. And we will try and keep it relatively short so we don't bore you too much. Excuse the fact we've got washing drying behind us as well, but that's the joys of winter boat living.
Yeah, you can't put it outside.
It's been wet and windy today.
So now you know why we're all dressed up.
What is it? Storm?
I don't know.
It begins with a C. Cornelia,
I haven't heard of it
I
today.
think. Yes.
There you go. One for me to learn later.
So we've done almost a full circle, haven't we, on the boat?
Yeah, we have.
Picked it up from Venetia Marina in Middlewich,
Yeah.
across to Sheffield over the first winter months.
Yeah. Up over Rochdale Canal. Up the Trent and Mersey through, well, actually, through Wardale Canal. Now, if you don't know about that, it's the shortest one of the network, all of about 300 metres and a lock.
And then on to
The Trent and Mersey, the Bridgewater Canal. And
which we
took
didn't have to get permission to go on, did we? But now you do need to just let them know you're going on it, apparently.
I believe so,
You are allowed on it for,
about 7 days.
yeah, but you do have to book it. And then we went towards Manchester.
Into Manchester, past that great big stadium that we won't mention.
Aren't we going there to watch the rugby finals?
Oh, okay, we can mention them, can't we? Past Old Trafford. So we've just lost half the viewers.
We have.
Yeah, because we
Sorry.
mentioned United, which was why I wasn't going to mention it. So we went past Old Trafford, and then into the centre of Manchester, and then we joined the Rochdale 9, up over the Rochdale Canal, over to
Calder and Hebrel.
Well,
Or was it the Air and Calder
I was actually going to
first?
say Sowerby Bridge.
Oh right, the
Well,
big deep lock.
The big deep lock.
That's
yeah.
Sowerby Bridge. Deepest lock in the country there.
Yeah. So that one, the sill stands taller than me, even
We'll
when I'm
pop some
stood on the back
pictures
of
in
the.
so you can see as we talk about the different
There
things
you
we've
go.
done.
There you go. We'll put pictures in as well.
Which is why we sat to one side slightly, because we can put the pictures in the other side.
Okay, clever clogs. Yeah. So Sowerby Bridge, Tool Lock, Tuel lock, is the deepest in the country, and you have to actually book the use of it in advance.
Which
So
we
something
didn't
else
know,
you have
did
to
we?
book in advance, apart from Bridgewater. So I've just found out. And then you go down and under the road, and you come out at Sowerby Bridge, and then we went along the Air and Calder.
Was it at the end of that Dewsbury is?
Yeah, and then we got stuck.
In the weather.
Yeah, due to the bad weather, and it was only because the Rotary Club at Mayfield had turned around and told us the fact that like we couldn't go on because of the floodgates, because obviously like we learned something that weekend, or 6 weeks, because that's what it turned out at, wasn't it?
Yeah, we were stuck there until just after Christmas 2019 before we could move again when the water levels went down.
But it allowed us to sort out our inverter.
Yes. I plugged the Hoover in, glued the inverter up.
We learnt about
It was a very
how-
steep learning curve getting the boat, wasn't it? We
It
had
was.
absolutely no knowledge.
Just slightly.
So we were learning as we went along, which we still do learn on a regular basis. Life
Every
is a
day's
long
a school
lesson.
day, and I'm still learning. So from there, we went through Wakefield, wasn't it? Yeah, through Wakefield, past my cousins. I remember.
Emma, remember if you're watching.
Yeah, we went through Wakefield and then out to Castleford. I keep calling it Castleton. It's not Castleford. And then we continued on to...
Eventually down to New Junction.
Well, yeah, New Junction, yeah. I was just thinking of like some of the places that...
Pollington. We spent a night there, didn't we?
Yeah, that's that mega walk, wasn't it? And
Oh yeah, it's a long walk.
open.
We were going to get a train back to get
There's
the van.
reasons why I try and stop and come out with places.
Yeah, we were going to get the train back to get the van, and there was no trains running.
That's the one. No trains running. But it was Christmas period anyway. And yeah, we went down New Junction. We saw the other bit, Stainforth and Keighley, and then we continued on up to Barnby.
Yeah.
And learned about the bridges, the road bridge, the swing bridge, because we hadn't done one of them till then.
Yeah, that's the first one, wasn't it?
Yeah. And then from there, walked past Doncaster and had the Euro locks.
Yep, big introduction to big locks there.
Yeah, with push buttons on the controls.
Actually, there was one at Pollington as well, wasn't there? Sure it was.
Some bits I
Correct
forget.
us if we've got it wrong, but I think the first one was at Pollington.
What? The push button or the
Yeah.
size of the lock?
Yeah, well, it's push button Euro lock. I think the
Okay.
first one we did was at Pollington.
Doncaster. Very, very different experience that.
And New Year's Eve at Sprotborough,
New Year's Eve at Sprotborough.
which was lovely. It's very pretty Sprotborough. If you haven't been, well worth a visit.
Yeah, very, very quiet New Year. Well, I did the coal job. Yeah, out the back door, in through the front door. And Tash hadn't heard about that.
No, first I'd heard of that. Then we spent the night at Kilnhurst because we had to book passage through Aldwalk Lock because the pontoon had been washed away in all the bad storms in November,
Yes.
and we couldn't book passage for New Year's Day because it's a bank holiday. So we spent the night at Kilnhurst and booked passage for the 2nd of January. And I was quite upset because it was our final part of the journey. We'd done the whole journey together and I had to work on January the 2nd. So Paul did that final bit on his own and just kept sending me pictures of coming into Tinsley.
Yeah. I did up through the flight without you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got a bit of a
without
throat.
Paul as well. When we came out.
You have indeed. So, that's the beginning.
And on that note, we're going to take a break, eat our dinner, and then continue. That's it, dinner done. We can carry on.
Oh, carry on. Carry on. I'm stuffed now.
So, we arrived in Sheffield, 2nd of January 2020, pre-COVID.
I missed something.
What did you miss?
Fireworks.
Oh, in Manchester.
Yeah, and the lock.
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny, that.
So, I had a friend with us, or we had a friend with us for the weekend, and me and her went into the Lidl's next to Lock 69 on the Rochdale.
They put me in, they closed the gates, and then
Waiting for the lock to fill whilst we went to Lidl's.
opened the paddles.
We came back out and he was still sat at the bottom of the lock. So we had to call CRT because ultimately it had drained the top pound as well.
Yeah,
So
and go on.
CRT came out. They struggled to get the gates to seal enough to work as well, didn't they?
Yeah, but we got there. But as it was going up, then the fireworks started.
So yeah, it was this time of year because that was only like the first or the second weekend, wasn't it? The second weekend.
Yeah. Second weekend of November, but the kids were still firing the fireworks off the building across the top of the lock.
Yeah. And then the guy from CRT said, keep going, don't stop. It will be dark, but just keep going until you get to Tesco's.
So I've been told to travel in the dark.
Yeah, so that was that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to take back. But
Yeah, no, yeah.
Reminiscing.
Interesting times.
It was very interesting.
It was. So yes, we got to Sheffield 2nd of January,
Yeah.
2020.
Yeah.
Moved on to the boat permanently at the end of January, and then COVID hit. So that's 3 years almost since COVID.
We move on.
We think we were very fortunate being on the boat during COVID times.
We were only one of two of 12 on our pound.
Yeah. And
Right on the back of our boat, we had the communal area.
so we didn't get much travelling in that first year.
Plenty of cakes, birthdays.
Lots of cakes. Did go into Victoria Keys a couple of times for the odd weekend.
Not during COVID.
No, as they lifted the restrictions.
Yeah.
They lifted restrictions during that first summer. We did go into Victoria Keys a couple of times. One of them with Matt and Kaz.
Cousins and the Wimless.
So we just got back, coming down the last lock, and the windlass landed in the canal. Poor Kaz, the look on her face, she was mortified. But we did manage to borrow a magnet
And some rope.
and
make a
eventually you
fishing
just get it
magnet.
out, didn't you?
I got it.
You
At
did.
I was leaning on my stomach and pulling it up slowly, and I could see it, and I was going, this is going to fall off as it kept banging to the side of the lock. But no.
We still haven't bought ourselves a magnet. We really should get one.
Well, yeah. But
We will, with time.
Yeah.
One of those we'll do it eventually, things that we'll regret we haven't done one day.
I best start a list, hadn't they? Another one.
Another one.
Live on lists.
Yeah.
But they do say, when you eat your frog, eat the ugliest one first and make lists to get
that's
rid of
the
your
book that you're
frogs.
reading, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How to be efficient in your day.
Anyway, that summer also we went out to Spotborough for a weekend, or for a week. We did a week out, didn't we? And we met the lovely Jan and Dave
Yes, we did.
on the way back.
Yes, we did. They have
LMS Deli. If you're on any of the other narrowboat groups, you'll see LMS
Hi,
Deli.
Jan. Hi, Dave.
So yeah, so some goods did come of 2020 and the COVID times.
Very much so, because they've become great friends of ours.
And we've spent quite a lot of time with them since. Really enjoy their company.
Yeah. Been on the Chesterfield and caught up with them there.
Yeah.
Jan just loves to push like so many different things, but like she really does push.
She's very passionate about Python, the workboat on the Chesterfield
I
Canal.
was going to say about the cleaning project.
Oh yeah, the cleaning product. She helps us market the cleaning
Yeah,
products as
she
well.
really does help push small independent built
Sorry,
businesses.
need a drink.
So-
Let's jump to 2021.
Jump question.
Oh no, 2020.
Oh.
We painted the boat.
Smurfs was the term.
Lots of rubbing down, lots of treatment to areas of rust.
And that was thanks to Dan.
Yep, so other good friends we made, Dan
Dan and Jane, who were our next door neighbours.
Yes, when we first went to the marina.
And we almost had boat babies.
I'll put a picture in. Our centre line snapped during some storms. We were only moored with the centre line and the rear line because the pontoon wasn't long enough for the front line. And the storms we had in February 2020
Wore the rope out.
wore the rope out.
Only, actually,
That was the first time we met them. We'd only been there.
we
It was
met
like our
them
first weekend as permanent on the
8
boat.
o'clock
Sunday morning.
on a Sunday morning
Yeah.
as our boats just went bink. And he came out to turn around and like see what was going on. And as it turned out, we weren't the first boat to actually do that one.
No.
Dan and Jane, Dan turned around and gave us all the education on how to
Painting
paint
the
a
boat.
boat.
And I would do it again. I really enjoyed doing it.
No, that's good because you're gonna have to.
Yeah.
Plenty of work that needs doing on this.
Yeah, it was really enjoyable to do. Hard work, dirty work, but such an achievement seeing that shine at the end.
So
So yeah, jump into 2021. Again, didn't do
jumping.
massive amounts of cruising because Paul was still working. Did
Yeah.
a week to Doncaster, ventured further than Spotborough, got to Doncaster, and some more weekends into the Keys.
Was that the weekend? The week as a result of like doing
After
this super
Ironman,
event?
yes.
Yeah.
and discovered Gorilla Bar at Bexborough.
So yes, well worth going. Hi everyone at Gorilla Bar.
Then the big job of 2021 was making the roof boxes.
Yes, that was an education. They're still working.
Installing the solar system and just making some more for someone else that we've met through social media and trading. So we started trading at the back end of 21 as well.
Yeah, we did. We've done a lot, an awful lot.
We have packed quite a lot in.
And like, I've got a question for you.
Go on then.
Is it warm on that boat?
So the questions we often get asked: is it cold on the boat? As you can see from our red faces, it is not cold on the boat.
You can probably see the fire going in the background.
Yeah.
Christmas with the fire pit.
Yeah.
With the snow and the ice.
Oh yeah, our first winter was really cold and icy. It was beautiful, and the canal was frozen for more than it wasn't frozen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and no, it wasn't cold on the boat at all.
No.
It was snuggly.
We actually ended up opening the hatches and the back doors, the windows, but it does get rather hot on here.
And then in between Christmas and New Year 21, we left our mooring in Tinsley, headed out to Rotherham.
We beat the guillotine change.
The guillotine lock the lock in Rotherham town centre was going to be closing, so they could put a guillotine lock in, and we didn't want to get stuck behind it if it went wrong. Although Paul was working until the end of March, we left our mooring at the end of December so we could get out the other side of the lock.
Thanks, Ben, for all the lifts to work of a morning.
Yeah. So we did 3 months out in the Rotherham area. Lots of time at Gorilla Bar during those 3 months.
Lots of trading at Kilnhurst.
Yeah, traded at Kilnhurst, traded at Gorilla Bar.
Yeah, so we've done quite a bit.
Broke ourselves into continuous cruising slowly.
You broke yourself in two, did you?
Having local people that we knew and local knowledge in case anything went wrong in those first few weeks. People we could call on.
Hi Ian, Kate, how are you?
And then end of March came and off we went.
Shock horror. And that's the end of the story. Oh no, it's not. There's more to come.
So then we headed up to the Staniforth and Key B.
Yeah, learned how to ride the river.
You missed a bit there. What happened on the way there?
Oh, you mean we stopped at Bramworth to see a man about a boat?
And?
Are you talking about the hail?
And he proposed to me at Thorn.
Oh, yeah, that's just all in a day, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
So
Matt and
really
Kaz were with us. Hi, Matt and Kaz.
So that really marked the start of our new adventures, didn't it?
Well, somebody's got to be silly. And she said yes, even sillier.
And then we went to the River Trent. And then, yes, we met up with Carol and Kip, who we met through the Facebook.
Hi, Carol. Hi, Kip.
The Trent Safe Link group through Facebook. We put out a plea for anyone else that was going to be doing the Trent when we were to buddy up because it was our first time.
And they actually put their trip backwards.
And it's always safer to do the Trent with another boat, not do it on your own. So, yes, they postponed their trip a few days so we could travel with them. And Dan and Jane came with us as well because they had done it before, so we had some experience on our boat.
But be aware, be very aware that if you go out on the river, it tilts by 1-2 degrees.
It feels a lot worse than it is at the time.
It's nothing to worry about.
But we weren't expecting it, and
but
it was
nobody
quite
told
scary.
us.
And for me, that is the scariest boating moment we've had.
Yeah, put in the high notches of scary moments.
And the weather wasn't good either.
No, we had prancing horses on the top of the waves.
Yeah, it was quite a rough day.
But that's all on a video. Back that way.
Yeah,
so go and have a look.
And then we got to West Stockwith, and everyone says, oh, you'll bounce off the walls of the lock, but you didn't. You did a really good job of getting us into West Stockwith safely without bouncing off the walls.
Well, I just listened and went with my gut instinct. There was nothing really. It was like, yeah, we got in there
We did.
and we had a lovely 5 weeks
We did.
on the Chesterfield Canal.
Really nice, and we were really fortunate doing it early in the season.
There you go. Beat me to it. But we did it when we did it, but it's now closed at the top half because the walls collapsed.
There's also work on the reservoir, isn't there?
And there's work up the reservoir, so the water levels are not quite right. But 2 lovely people live up there, Jan and Dave.
And it's well worth doing the Chesterfield if you get opportunity to. It is beautiful.
Yes.
I do believe you can do assisted passage through past the damaged wall at Worksop now, but then it's closed from Turner Wood up because of the reservoir work. So just check it out before you go for closures, but it's well worth the effort to get there and do it.
But there's also a very nice club that we stopped at.
Yes, Retford and Worksop.
High Retford and Worksop Boat Club.
And Stu and Karen at the Navigation Inn.
And we can't forget Stu and Karen.
We need to go back and see them, definitely.
They helped me out when my leg gave up. But we won't go into that story either.
Yeah, again, met some lovely people and then took the boat out for blacking.
Wilf's
Boat Yard.
Wilf.
So yeah, that's a good place for doing your blacking. They take it out for you on the back of the trailer.
There's another video on that one too.
There is. So have a look back at that one if you're interested.
That's where we had the bow thruster sorted.
Yep.
Hi, John.
And then we headed back on the Trent again. It wasn't as scary the next time. Weather was better.
To the glory hole.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is?
Went down to the glory hole.
To
Lincoln.
There you go. One to do. Go down the Fosdyke and go and find the glory hole.
Then
We're not being rude.
Then we went to Newark.
Wait for it. There's a statement here.
Booked our wedding at the castle.
There you go.
And reception at the Castle Barge for next year.
So that's that one. And then we went on to
Nottingham.
Nottingham.
Stopped at the Water Sports Centre on the way to Nottingham at Home Pier Point. Again, well worth the stop. Really interesting.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
But that's on a video too.
And then, yeah, to Nottingham. And then back onto the Trent again, the other side of Nottingham, which we put back overnight because of the wind. And then eventually to the Trent and Mersey Canal to Shardlow.
Whoop whoop. Hi, Sue.
Again, Shardlow is a historic inland port, beautiful place. We've been there twice this year. We went at the beginning of the season and then we went back and traded in September.
Yeah. We moved on from there.
So that's another question we often get asked is how do you earn a living on a boat? So we are in the fortunate position that my house sale has finally completed after 18 very, very stressful months. So we have invested that money. So that gives us...
I thought you were going to say we trade.
That gives us a little bit of an income, but to top us up and to allow us to live, we trade off our boat. We're roving traders.
Yeah. Whoop whoop. Hi, customers.
So we sell craft items. Paul does canal art, roses and castles.
We're trying to do canal art.
He's very good at it, but he won't have he's good at it.
Anyway.
And then we recycle or upcycle bottles, make various bottles with lights in, decorated bottles and jars, macrame, dream catchers, just making lots of Christmas decorations at the moment. Yep, you're going to get cracking with your woodcraft, aren't you?
Yes, we're working on it slowly.
And then we also sell environmentally friendly, canal-friendly cleaning products from Minimal, which are a Yorkshire-based company, and it's refillable cleaning products. They come from 30p per 100 mils, depending on what you have.
Hang on.
We advertise them on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. We do all the social media.
In that case, one that we've just got, we've got one of them little square code things.
Oh, QR code, yes.
There you go.
We've managed to sort our link tree out. We've got a QR code
She
now as
sorted
well.
that.
Yeah.
So
it's all a learning curve.
Yeah. Every day's a school day, they say. It's been a school day today.
We started doing social media to share what we learn as we go, didn't we? Because when we started, we had no knowledge at all of narrowboating and canals. And we found this massive community out there on social media.
Hi, Dave and Lou.
So we decided we'd try and share some of what we learned along the way, as well as give our stories to help people.
Hi, followers. I'm loving this.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm loving it. I'll get everybody in eventually.
You will, won't you?
So, from there, we move on. We all left everything due to the fact of the Commonwealth Games. So that's where we were heading, hence why moving down the various different places and trying to make the most of it as we go.
We spent the summer in Birmingham.
We've spent the summer in Birmingham. We've turned around and
Fantastic.
made a whole pile of new friends and followers. Hi, Trevor! Yeah. Who have provided all sorts. We've been to...
We've done the Black Country extensively and learnt so much history and tried to share that with you guys on the videos.
Yeah, so we'll look at the videos from the past, and there's loads more that we'll be going back to find out about as we get there. So anyway,
I think one of the most interesting bits on Birmingham was the Gossley Tunnel down to Horn Basin.
you can see the ghost.
We managed to bag several silver propeller challenges whilst we were down there. We've now got 10 of our 20 silver propeller challenges as well.
Whoop, whoop.
And then, yeah, you did the Commonwealth Games.
Yeah, it was really, really good. We stood on the actual outside of the opening ceremony at the back of the stadium, watched the screen, watched the athletes, and then moved round to the lake and watched the big screen on the inside of the stadium, and then had the free firework display reflected in the water.
Good.
Anyway, enough of my waffling.
Had tickets for several of the events.
Yeah,
Managed to
we've
get
done
extra
plenty.
tickets for their final athletics session, which was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah,
And the closing ceremony.
yeah, and we continued travelling round.
So we've done the whole of the Birmingham network over the summer. Highly recommend doing the Birmingham network.
Hard work at times, well worth it. We actually rescued somebody too.
Did we?
Yeah, we gave a tow.
Oh, when they
So
got
that couple-
stuck coming out of the
The lock
yeah.
where it silted
They were
up.
grounded, weren't they?
Yeah, so we have helped people. And then from Birmingham and going around Birmingham, we actually went back onto the Staff and Musters
We did.
and did our
that's a
first
beautiful canal.
trading festival.
Yeah, the Bratch.
Hi, Lou and Gareth.
And Pauline.
I'm Pauline. Hi, Pauline. I'm just trying to make sure that I get everybody.
Yeah, and then we went back through Birmingham again.
To come down the Grand Union
Went into
and up
the basin.
Birmingham and Paisley Canal.
Went into the basin at Birmingham again. Stayed outside the Canal House. Got some customers for the cleaning products from a group of people that live there.
Yeah.
So that was great. So hi if you're watching.
Hi.
And then yeah, went on to the Birmingham and Paisley and up to Coventry.
Back to Shardlow.
Back to Shardlow.
For our
which is strange.
second trading weekend, festival weekend.
Yeah.
Hi, Sue.
So another question we often get asked is how much does it cost to live on a boat?
Not as much as in a house.
So we budget about £300 a month for pure boat expenses. £100.
How much? God.
£100 of that is a contingency fund in case we get problems, and then the rest goes towards our annual licence to the Canal and River Trust and our insurance, fuel, coal during the winter.
Coal. It's wood.
Mind you, it's now the 2nd of November and we haven't bought any coal yet this winter. We've still on a bag and a half left from last winter.
Still sawing wood.
And we didn't light the fire till 6 o'clock again tonight. I'm sure we're going to
boast
pay the price once the cold weather hits.
Of course we will.
But yeah, we managed to get lots of free wood, don't we? So we don't have to pay for wood.
Yeah. So, from Shardlow, we turned around and came back down all the way to Great Hayward and saw Joe.
Joe and Vic.
Yeah. Hi, Joe and Vic.
Holly the cafe boat. Delicious cakes. If you see them, go and get cake.
And then we came back down the Staff and Worcester and then turned right at Alderley Junction and up the Shroppy.
Again, another stunning canal. Spent a weekend with Lou and Dave, the weekend of the Queen's funeral.
Hi, Lou and Dave.
Really nice piece of canal. Lots of kingfishers. We saw loads of kingfishers on the shoppy.
Hi, kingfishers. Sorry, I'm just in silly mode.
And then we came up towards Chester.
Whoop, whoop.
So we're wintering in Cheshire. So we've done almost...
Chester. We did the final bit with our Rachel.
We did.
Hi,
Our sister
Rachel.
came and
Hi,
joined
Lee.
us. Down through the locks in the city centre. They were really daunting when we went to look at them before we did them. There used to be 5 locks now. There's 3. And they're quite deep locks.
Of course, they will be.
And we got to them on the morning we were doing them, and there was lockies there, and I was so pleased to see them.
Yeah.
We've got to do them on our own next weekend when we go back into the town again, because the lockies have all finished for the winter now, but they gave us lots of help and advice, so we've got the confidence to do them now.
Yeah. I stand on the boat and Tash does the work.
That is choice. It's good strength training for my marathon training.
I do offer.
I know you do.
So
Yeah, then we got down to Osmere Port to the boat museum, didn't we?
boom, boom. See me mum.
So in a nutshell, that's a whistle-stop tour of our 3 years.
But if you watch all the videos and watch all the videos,
Yeah.
you'll get to see an awful lot more of what we've done. And we've already started planning what we're going to do next year.
So yeah, we don't... No boaters generally travel very far during the winter because of all the stoppages.
And winter weather.
And if it ices up, obviously it's not good to travel in the ice because it will damage the blacking on your boat potentially as well.
Yeah.
So just need to be prepared. We've got the mooring where we are actually at the moment is going to be our go-to mooring in bad weather, just as Storm Claudio has hit, which was quite fortuitous.
Okay. Big words.
And then just plan where you're going in the winter, and if you're going to need to fill up with water, if there's really cold, freezing weather forecast, make sure you've got your water tank full, because even if the canal doesn't freeze, the water pipes might freeze.
Got to say hello to somebody.
Who?
Hi, Sue and Sharon.
So yeah, I think that's the main questions we get asked is how much does it cost to live on a boat? Is it cold on the boat? Have you got a toilet? Yes, we've got a toilet.
Yeah. Yeah.
What else do we get asked?
How much it costs. Does it get cold? Is it insulated? Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Behind all the panelling, it's insulated. They're the major ones.
Do you stay on it in the winter? Yes. Do you sleep on it? Yes.
That's after they've asked, do you live on it?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think the major ones.
Can we have
are
a ride? Unfortunately not, because we're not insured to take
No, we're not.
people we don't know.
We've got a little treat.
Because it's our boataversary.
Boataversary. For our 3rd year.
Paul came home with this today. I'll put it there so you can see it. There we go.
That's why I did it.
They're not very good matches, these long matches.
Not very good candles either. Because they've been well used. I'm not going to sing happy birthday because I'll make it rain again outside. So, on the count of 3, I wish you
Happy boataversary.
happy boataversary. And thank you for joining the ride. Let's have another 3 years with you. Go on then. See ya.
So have a good week. We'll see you next week. Don't forget.
I did it earlier and it was too early. Push the button, ring the bell. It's free to you and us. See you later.